Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit with Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective oracle for today, Wednesday, January 1st, 2025. You may follow me on the book, the Insta, the Tack, the Tube, the Lemonade, the Blue Sky Social, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. We love that for you. If some of it does not, please just leave it down on the table for someone else because you don't need to take on energy that was not meant for you. Hail to the no. We're going to use the Twisted Oracle, Twin Flames Exposed. You can put that into the search on Etsy and it should come up. And I was thinking about it. I think Twin Flames Exposed is the store. So I don't think this is technically refers to the deck. It took me like a year and a half to realize that. Yeah. I was born with almost white hair, okay? I was a blondie, for sure. For sure. I hope everybody's having a great New Year's. I just had one of my friends text me. She went into work today because they asked for volunteers. And I was like, why did you go in? And she's like, easy money. She's like, the system is down. Don't get me wrong. When the system's down, it is easy money because God knows when that system's going to come back up. But it's also boring. Boring as hell. Like, I'd rather not get paid and be here and do what I love to do and hang out with the cats and watch a movie and eat my little TV dinner. Hell yeah. Than be over there at the warehouse twiddling my thumbs and running to the bathroom every 5 minutes because she also said there's no maintenance there. How is anybody supposed to fix anything if there's no maintenance? She sent me a picture of my female boss in what we call it's basically the heart of auto store where all the machines and stuff are, and she's in there trying to find the bin because usually it's a bin, like it'll get stuck somewhere, it'll get lost somewhere, and that's why the system goes down, or something is sticking out of the bin or whatever. And you have to go in there and get it. And you have to ride around on like this little wheelchair scooter thing because you could walk in there, but you have to throw down metal plates. Otherwise, it's a straight shoot to the bottom. You're talking technically 2 stories, maybe? A story and a half? I don't know. I don't know how many feet that is. But I'm seriously, like she wouldn't make it. She'd probably crack, like if she fell in, she would probably hit her head and break her neck. Like she probably would not make it. Nobody would probably make it. But they go around in this little wheelchair thing usually, and then they pick up the bin and they can attach it to their little wheelchair thing and then bring it back. You got to have a lot of arm strength because you literally got to roll it like a wheelchair. And she's saying my boss is doing this. I'm like, oh hell no. No. You could not pay me enough. I'm sure she gets paid like 80, 100 grand a year. You could not pay me enough. Hell no. No, and to get on those grids on that little wheelchair, no, not happening. Not happening. Okay, that was a whole hell of a lot that fell out. I think 5 cards total on the table. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, 6 cards total. And they kind of... Oh, shit. Okay, so these kind of aren't in order, just so you know ahead of time. But definitely see the gist. Definitely see the gist of what's going on here. Sorry. I texted her. I said, what are you doing there? You came in yesterday on your day off. Now you're coming in on the holiday. She's like, it's easy money. I feel really bad for her, my friend. Her boyfriend passed away a couple weeks ago, and she wasn't in good with his family, and they didn't want her at the funeral and all that jazz, so I feel really bad. I still call her an ass, though. I mean, it's just how friends are. He was a little bit older than her. I think he had a heart attack, she said. Well, a little bit. He's kind of a lot older than her, but she's a grown adult. She's just a little bit younger than me. I think she's 40. I'm 44. I think. Yeah. 7 on the table. Seven. How does that song go? I just heard it on TikTok when I was posting early. You don't love me now. Is it that? Is that how it goes? You don't love me now. Do, 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 do. It's the chain. It's the chain from Fleetwood Mac, I think. I grew up on Fleetwood Mac, so Mamas and the Papas, Carpenters, the Gibbs. I'll never forget when I worked at Yankee Candle, one of my bosses I think she was technically older. Was she older than me or was she younger than me? No, she was younger than me. A couple of years younger than me. Had no idea who the Gibbs were. I'm like, what? She was the assistant manager at the time, and the store manager, who was the original manager, who was her friend, who hired her. We both looked at her like, how could you not know the Gibbs are? And they're like, how do you know who the Gibbs are? And I'm like, how do I know who the Gibbs are? I'm like, I grew up on that shit. Like, that was my mom's thing, was all the 70s music. My dad's was all the 50s and the 60s. I love all that stuff. Okay. 8 minutes shuffling and chatting about nothing. Okay, let's do 2 more shuffles. We got 8 cards on the table. One more shuffle. Ooh, 11 cards on the table. That was a little bit of a pile there. All right. Okay. It's top of the deck. True colors, feelings, ghosted, rejected. Sounds about right. Oh. Okay, this is interesting. I got like a little mini read this morning when I did the price of love for affirmations, the crystal banner deck. I got like a little mini read. This is bottom of the deck. Somebody that someone might have bumped heads with is going to come in with a love message, but it's going to be too late because someone is going to be married. I don't know if you're going to go towards someone with the love message or if someone's going to come towards you, but it's going to be too late. Somebody's going to be in a commitment. Dang. Putting the cards back the way I found them because that's how I roll. I'm going to set these over here on the windowsill out of reach. Okay, let me see here. I get these kind of in order so I can read them. We got 12 cards with bottom of the deck. We got twin flames. Don't get excited. Or don't get sick. One or the other. Or both. We got funeral. Fucked up over you. We got toxic lifestyle. Drinking, enablers, bad choices, partying, drugs, unhealthy, promiscuous. Wow. We got signs. I don't know why, but I'm being called to read all the words on here. I usually don't do that. Red flags, intuition, dreams, clarity. Sorry, my fingers are covering that up. We got legal matters, divorce, property, criminal, paternity, child support, traffic ticket. We got secret accounts, online dating. It says on there, Jessica, 25. There's another word there, but I can't read it. We got losing sleep, worried, replaying events, thinking about you. Getting tarot readings. Dun dun dun. We got running. We got childhood wounds. Oh, sorry, it's upside down. Oh, it was upside down. I didn't even notice that. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Bullying, sexual abuse, physical abuse, toxic parents, abandonment, but it was upside down. Moving on, letting go, loving you, free. Bottom of the deck. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. I don't think that matters here. This is my really good coffee that I got from my piercing lady. She gave me a tiny little bag. This is my third cup out of that little bag. It's pretty damn good. Nice and strong. And black. Well, this isn't black. It has coconut milk in it. But it might as well be black because you can't really taste the coconut milk because the coffee is that strong. I love it. Okay, so here's the dealio. Someone's twin flame with the funeral card realizes that twin flame connection is at a loss. And I just said loss. Yes. What was that from Seinfeld? Or was that Friends? It's a loss. I think it was Seinfeld. They were joking around. It's a joke. Anyway, someone is realizing that a twin flame's connection is lost. This person's upset. They're fucked up over this person, this twin flame. Whoever this person is, they know that they were a part of a toxic lifestyle, making bad choices for themselves. You could, or this other person. Sorry, I'm trying to get away from saying you. I'm trying to get more into saying like them and someone and whatever. Someone else might have been in a toxic lifestyle, that other twin flame, and they might have gotten out of it, got on a healing journey, and now this twin flame is realizing like, oh shit, this was a twin flame connection. I fucked it up. Now, now I'm upset. I lost my twin flame. I'm still in this toxic lifestyle. I got to get out of this toxic lifestyle. They're getting signs. They've probably been getting them for a while and they've been ignoring them. Okay, let me just say this. And it's not that people don't intentionally ignore signs. I mean, I have ignored signs in the past. I still ignore signs today. True fact. But sometimes people are so stuck in whatever they're doing here that they just don't see it, that they don't pick up on it. Like if they're a drinker, if they're an alcoholic, if they're a drug addict, they might miss it. I mean, let's just be honest. They might miss it. Like legit miss it. So when I say that they didn't see it, you can also put that in that little bucket, okay? Because either they didn't see it because they didn't want to see it, or they didn't see it because they legit just did not see it. All right. Because if you're high, if you're drunk, you're all of your senses are going to be impaired. And don't get me wrong, some people get enhancements when that happens. Like their intuition is enhanced, their psychic abilities are enhanced sometimes. Depends on the person. But more often than not, they're not. So somebody's abilities are just going to be like on the floor, and everything's just going to go right over their head. Usually. Legal matters. It's kind of funny because I'm the one that had the traffic ticket last year with the speeding ticket. Okay, my neighbor's playing her music really loud and it's different. It's like bumping. Like dance music. I don't think she usually listens to that. Julie, what is going on down there? I should text her and be like, excuse me, your music is too loud, madam. She'd be like, oh, really? I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, it's fine. I like to mess with her. She's actually really sweet, but she's a little high strung, not gonna lie. Like I really have to get to a certain point to get like anxious, but she tends to live there. So fully probable that this person is maybe going through a divorce, going to court for child support, paternity tests, anything having to do with family and property. If you're getting a divorce, you would have to divide up property. Because with the secret accounts, there could have been cheating, lying, third parties, mistress. What is a male mistress? Just a mistress? I thought there was a name for a male mistress. A manstress? I seriously don't know. Like, I feel like I gotta look this up now. My phone's gonna think I'm crazy. Man mistress. Oh, a mistress. So there's mistress, mistress, and then there's a male mistress, which is mistress, mistress. Okay, that's hilarious. It's like when people say a man purse, and I always say merce. I think that was on Friends. I always say merce, and people are like, merce? I'm like, yeah, a man purse. Merce. Duh. A mistress. Mistress. It just sounds the same to me. All right. Okay. It fully stands to reason that this person could have had mistresses, a mistress, whatever, especially being involved in whatever this toxic lifestyle is. I think everybody would just have to take how that resonates for their situation. Because really, all I'm seeing is just bad choices and very unhealthy. And that could be anything. That could be drugs, that could be alcohol, that could be gambling, that could be sex. It could be overeating, you know? But with the secret accounts, like for me, like that's somebody that's on like dating websites when they're not supposed to be. somebody that's cheating, someone that's lying, someone that could have many third parties, choices, options, that kind of thing. Like if someone traveled, like they have a man or a woman in every city, you know what I mean? Like just, I don't want to say nasty energy. I mean, and don't get me wrong, like I think if you have a family, you shouldn't be cheating on your family, on your spouse, on your kids. I really like that's really shitty to do, in my opinion. But at the same time, like people are going to do what they're going to do because they're going to feel entitled to do what they do because they're going to, like, oh, the wife or the husband, didn't love me or wouldn't have sex with me, and my kids don't like me, or, I'm never home and nobody wants to talk to me when I am. It's like I don't even live there. Somebody will find any excuse to cheat, to lie, to steal. It's not really, I mean, it sucks looking at it in the cards because, it doesn't just affect whoever this person is, like, it affects people, families. Because this very much gives off energy of like somebody leaving their twin flame because they don't realize that that's who that is. And let's just be honest, obviously they're not interested if they leave. Let's just be honest. That's nothing against anyone else. It's just, if you walk away from another person, you obviously don't give a shit. It's fine. It is what it is. Eventually that other person will move on too. But this really gives the energy of someone walking away from their twin flame, not knowing it, getting involved with someone else, possibly getting married, possibly having a kid. I'm assuming that this person got involved with this other person doing toxic lifestyle type stuff. So I'm just assuming, because I just keep seeing bad choices, unhealthy. Um, this other person is probably the same type of person. Now, whether or not they had a kid and the kid came along and maybe that other person changed, I don't know. I don't know. And it gives off like this person is now having to go through all this shit. They're realizing that their life was in chaos, that, and it doesn't matter how old you are. You could be 20, you could be 60. Like if this is your lifestyle, how do you live like that? And no, I seriously want to know. Like, if you live like this, tell me how you live like this in the comments, because I'm 44 and I am too fucking tired. I think I fell asleep at like 7:30 last night. I'm not even kidding. I woke up at a little after 10, fell asleep again, and woke up like, I'm not even kidding. I think it was like 11:57, 11:58, and I'm like, "Yay, it's almost midnight." And I had meant to set my clock for midnight so that I could be up for New Year's. I was going to set it for like 11 and then like get up and putz and maybe have a snack or whatever. But I woke up at like 2 or 3 minutes to midnight, and I'm laying there and I got the cats around me in my bed, and when it struck midnight, I'm like, Happy New Year's, Bubbles. Happy New Year's, Homer. And I just said it to all the babies, and then I fell back asleep. Like, I'm an old lady. How do you live like this? Like, how? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, even last year after my divorce, and I went through my little period of craziness, like a month and a half, whatever, of like back and forth. It was still did not look like this. Still did not look like this. Not last year, 2023. It did not look like this. There's no way. I would not have survived. And even like in the summer, fall of 2023, when I was going out with my two friends up to the bar in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and I was probably going with them like once or twice a week for a couple months, give or take. It did not look like this. like, like I went to the bar to drink. I didn't go to the bar to pick up men or women or get drugs or make bad decisions. Like I just went to drink and then I, had some water and then sat for a minute and then got in my car and drove home. Perfectly fine. I would not have driven if I couldn't have driven, by the way. I would have spent the night in my friend's dog bed next to her bed. Just saying. Curled up with the dog, probably. Yeah, like this person realizing as they're getting ready to go through, like, it's like they got slammed. It's like they got slammed with like paternity, divorce, child support, the knowledge that their life wasn't that great, like they're not in the most stable, they're not creating the most stable of environments for their kid. It's just someone like waking up and realizing, well, shit, I have a kid now, you know? Or even if this person had other kids, it's still someone waking up and being like, damn, I can't keep doing this. Like I gotta change something. I can't do this. I mean, even this. And it says it's thinking about you. So they're thinking about this twin flame. But this person is losing sleep because they just have so much shit going on in their life, you know? It's not just the twin flame. I think this person got tarot readings to figure out this connection, to figure out like, okay, how do twin flames work? If this is my twin flame, like give me a reading, tell me about it. Like, are we still twin flames? Are we always going to be twin flames? Can someone cut the cord from me? Can I cut the cord from them? Like somebody had questions and I feel like they went somewhere to get them answered. So I think the reason why the childhood wounds is upside down is whoever this person is, they did have childhood wounds. Okay. But, sorry, it's supposed to be upside down. I think they stopped running. I think they were running from their childhood wounds their whole adult life. And I think they stopped running and I think they started working on them. And the best way to start working on your childhood wounds is to acknowledge the horrible things that happened to you and that you possibly took part in your childhood. Okay? Now don't get all, when I say take part in, let's just admit that things happen. Things happen to you that you didn't ask for, that you didn't want. You still took part in that. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it in a bad way, or it's not meant to be like shaming or anything like that. It's still something that you were a part of. There are also other things that people could be made to take part of as children, young adults, that they don't necessarily want to, but they end up. There's a lot of things with SA and child abuse and stuff like that, where children and young adults are made to do things that they wouldn't normally do, and they do it under duress. Okay? Like, and this is just an example, but sometimes children that are SA'd are coerced into SAing other children. It happens. It's a known thing out there. You can look it up. And obviously it doesn't happen all the time everywhere, but I'm just saying it does happen. And there's all kinds of other things, that go along with child abuse and child neglect and SA and all that. So, so they stopped. They were running from this their whole adulthood, and now they're not. They're working on this. They're trying to get free from it, letting it go, moving on. And when it says loving you, I think this just means that they're trying to love themselves. Because let's just be honest, that's where all this comes from. You don't love yourself. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you can't have a drink and you can't have a gummy or take a hit off a bong. Am I allowed to say that? I don't even know. But, and you can go have sex if you want to go have sex. That's totally up to you. That's between you and the person you're having sex with and God. It doesn't make any difference to me. I could care less. But there's a difference between this and, the occasional whatever. And typically, when you come from an abusive childhood, abusive young adulthood, you tend to gravitate towards this. It's just easier than to deal with this. So when this person went to get those tarot readings, I think they got multiple, and I think they got them over time, like months, years. And I think towards the end, whenever they got that last tarot reading, because I feel like there was an end point, like maybe they had 5 total tarot readings or something over like a year and a half. I don't know. But that last tarot reading, whoever that reader was, told them that this connection was no more. Now, I've talked about my twin flame connection. I've talked about how I went to God and I said sever that shit. Like I don't want that fucker as my twin flame. I mean now I look at it. I mean, I still would not want that person as my twin flame. I ended up going back to God like months later and saying, okay, if you're bringing them back in, you need to bring them straight, because I'm not getting involved with some motherfucker that still hasn't learned their lessons. Like, I'm not getting involved with somebody that's still in this shit. It's been 2 years. That fucker ain't coming back. Now, I'm at the point where I don't care. Like, I hope that he has moved on. I hope he's found love. I hope that he's gotten out of this. I hope that he got out of the relationships with the people that he was involved in that were no good for him. I hope he moved on. I hope he's healed through all of his trauma and his stuff. And I hope he doesn't feel the need to get any more of these. And people can look at me and be like, oh, well, you haven't moved on. Well, just because I'm single and I choose to be celibate doesn't mean that I haven't moved on. It just means that I choose me over a man or another woman. That's all. But yeah, I have moved on. I have no interest in him. But again, I wish him nothing but the best at this point. I don't feel the need to like come into contact with him. I would never reach out to him. I would never, go to his place or call him or anything like that. But I wish him well. And I think when this person realized that it was over with this connection, I think they were upset. And again, like I went to God and I said something. In this instance, maybe God was just like, hey, this person's a turd. Like they're toxic. You two don't belong together. Not such a great idea. I'm going to sever this connection and you can both go your own ways. And I'm going to say this, and I don't mean this to sound snotty or mean or rude or anything like that. But when you got one person, and I think I've said this before, when you got one person that's vibing at a higher level and another one that's vibing at a lower level that just cannot figure their shit out, God is not going to make that higher vibing person wait for that lower vibing person. It's just not going to happen. And when I say God's not going to make them wait, I mean, they're not going to make them wait years. They're not. Like, God himself will sever that connection and throw that in the trash heap. Because they're not going to make a chosen one, an earth angel, whatever, a divine, an empress, an emperor, whatever. They're not going to make them wait for this person to get their shit together. I mean, it could take a person living this lifestyle years and years and years to get their shit together. Or they might never. It depends on who it is and their personality and their will and their drive, and you know what I mean? So to make somebody wait, God's not going to do that. God will find a twin flame, another twin flame, or a freaking soulmate, or another divine being, or I don't know, but they're not going to make them wait like that. And it's not even like this could have been over the span of years. I mean, this could have been like a year and a half of time. Breaking up with their twin flame, getting with somebody else, somebody gets pregnant, didn't work out. Now they're going to court. Now they're realizing that they were toxic. Now they're trying to heal. I mean, like I said, that could be like a year and a half. Technically 9 months to anything else when a baby's involved. So, and that's why readers will tell you, like, if you think you have a twin flame, if you think you have a soulmate, but that person is stuck in some type of toxic lifestyle, do not wait for them. Do not. That is waiting for a toxic twin flame or soulmate is not romantic. That is not romantic. That's actually really sad. That's very sad. I mean, what's more sad is that person not waking up until way late and realizing they lost somebody really great. But either way, it's sad. The whole situation is sad. Do not wait. Baby girl or baby boy, do not wait. And sadly, when someone's lived that type of lifestyle, like, you don't know what you're going to get at the end of the day. Let's say you do wait. Let's say you wait like 5 years and your twin flame comes back. And they're like, okay, I've been on my healing journey the last 2 years. I've been working on me. I've been celibate. Like, I divorced. I have custody rights for my kid. Like, I have a really great job. Like, I'm ready to go. Like, let's do this. Oh, but by the way, I got an incurable STD. So, you cool with that? No. Or I got some kind of neurological disease because I drank too much or did too many drugs, or like anything. And it's just like, now I got to take care of somebody that's like hurt and needs help because they couldn't drop the toxicity in time. I just I know that sounds mean, but it like, No, no, no. Why would you wait? Why would you wait? Why? And I'm just gonna say, whoever this is, um, it doesn't really give off like man or woman. It doesn't really give off like an ego kind of driven vibe. It doesn't really give off that. It kind of gives off a vibe of somebody that just like they're not present. Like they don't use their intuition if they have it. They don't use their psychic ability if they have it. Like they kind of just walk around like numb and dumb, kind of like, eh, like you like a giant potato. And it's not that this person doesn't have a personality. It's just like they're it's just like somebody that doesn't get it and they never will. Like they just walk around like it's like it's like this person meeting someone and telling them the story of their life, and that someone being like, "Well, you're toxic." And this person being like, "Toxic? What's that?" It's like somebody that just whoosh, whoosh, like it's always going over their head. Like they don't even know. My squirrel's out there. This person is letting go of their trauma and moving on with their life and loving themselves. And I think I think they honestly are letting go of this twin flame connection. I think they realize that expecting someone to wait for them and them needing to be on whatever this journey is, because again, even if they're healing themselves, they still have whatever this divorce, paternity, child support stuff going on in the background. Now there's two squirrels out there and they're chasing each other. Wait, is it mating season or is that like spring? I might have to look that up too. All right, I think I'm going to let it go at that because I've rambled on for 43 minutes. I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I hope everybody is enjoying their New Year's Day and be safe, please, and thank you. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.